the beginning of a video, I am trying so hard to look into the camera that I'm going to look just above the camera. Why is it so intriguing for the eye to keep looking into our own eyes, and then we want to see us on the screen instead of being able to look into the camera? Is it impossible? What is the reality that we can't look into the camera? Who am I? What do I do? And how, whatever I do, how can I do it the best? When I see somebody clean and I say to them 10 times that, my God, you're a fantastic cleaner, because I believe deep down you can see your own reality. The dirt that you took away, and you believe it's now safe to put the food down for the babies to eat. If you are one of them, then you have beaten 1/4 of beta, which is 1/8 of everything, because you are 1/4 of two parts. 1/4 and 1/4 below, 1/4 above, 1/4 above. We crisscrossed who you are, cross your heart to come into this world. Like marionette, puppet dolls. So if you're good at something somebody says, how well do you know these people and believe in what their word stands for? If they say you can clean good, you walk great, you try and you do very hard, and you never give up. If someone says any of this to you, then believe it to be true. Maybe believe it to be not just 1/4 of the reality of the total of one person's perception, but that is what is seen in you. So you can do something great. So greatness is within, and it doesn't matter what the task is. When I come out here and I do these videos, I find it so much more intense. I feel like I'm into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the broom, I'm thinking of it right now, and we're going for a ride. Now, you wouldn't really see the broom this way, right? But now you know, I'm going for a ride and I've chosen a direction. Hold on a second. The back of my broom, right, chose one direction, and then, whoop, the front is now in the back. Why did I do that? Because I could. Because maybe it's going to awaken up a reality that something is in front of the back. What is up is not up to down. It's not up from down. It's bringing from up down. It's taking from down up. Doesn't matter which way you are. You're as important as the other end. Went out to BMR to get paintbrushes. I'm not here to do any, what do you want to call it? I mean, it says it on the bag. What do you want me to do? This is the bag I got. This is the video I'm doing here. BMR, like I told the lady at the cash who was so nice to me. She says, is that all you want? I go, no, I'd like to go down to Baytonel and get the other ones like this. She says, what do you mean? I says, well, these ones are a little weak. I said, they don't last long. And when you sponge it down to paint on the floor, it seems to, I don't seem to get, I need to put more, I need to descend more before brush has any kind of pressure on the floor, leaving the size of the line I need. So the softer it is, the harder it is to feel, right? But the less levels of intense épaisseur thickness. You know what I like today, what I heard? 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. Now, if you want to see the reflection of mother of 1 minute, please, it's in un moment. Un moment. What in the world is in moment? Una, the loon, Monday, one day of the moon day. Okay. Luna, Moma, Mama, my mother. AC castor oil communication. However, castor oil is going to work in your body. The good, the bad, what could happen, what might happen, 100%, 1%. Because guess what? If it's 1%, it's 1% of 100. When they pay us for these YouTube videos, I get 1 cent per thousand. So are you going to tell me that 1% is huge? All you need is 100. That is less times 3 perception. 36, 36, 36 is 108. That's not even a tripod pyramid with 4 corners. You know 3 makes 4, right? You always need the top point that meets all the other sides to the bottom. You can always rise and fall this pyramid, right? The perfect pyramid. How high can the pyramid climb before it's no longer the perfect pyramid? You know those Merkabah pyramids they have, right? Right? You see this? But what happens if I extended this all the way to here? What level would I be on, right? Take away the center level, take away this level, but it's this level to this side, and this level to this side, and this level to this side. It's to this side. You see, when I put this point up, right? You see, when I put this point up, see how even it is? Everything is evenly cut. That's not the way I want to look at it. When I put this up, okay, do you see this? You have, excuse me, you have this one here and this one up here. And then you have to skip over this one to get this one over here that's next to it, right? This one's next to this one is next to this one. But what about this one over here? You skipped over the. I think we should put an eyeball in here and an eyeball in here. Here's his nose. I can see him looking like a wolf, this guy. An eye over here. Maybe we can do that. Can we do that? Right? Anybody see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Stop sign. All little hats, Mexican hats, mushrooms on the top to connect every single one of these sticks. The bottom part goes from here to here. The top part goes from here to here, interlinking the stop sign and the mushroom caps. What are these going to be? This is going to be in another video where I'm going to bring the roulette table numbers in color together with the symmetry. What do you call that lady who's got her legs crossed and the Kabbalah sign like this? I started to do it right here. See that? But it came with a color code and it started blue-red. So right away I know blue goes into the center, red crosses over towards yellow, which is in the center. I don't remember which color is over here, but I will have to understand that purple's over here. So I'm going to connect this together. You know what I'm saying? The mind, the nose, and everything. What I do, nobody knows me out there. Do you know what I do? I take your reality, what you see and read from all the professionals, from all the best. You take all the best. Oh,
Qui sait dans quel état
wow, what was that? Hold on. Let me stop that.
vous avez promis symptômes? Le médecin recommande de prendre un comprimé de claritin sans somnolence par jour durant votre saison d'allergie pour un soulagement continu des symptômes d'allergie.
There you go, off the screen. See, just long enough to make me forget, right? Remember, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? We got an in between here between the above and below. But the minute I want to go to the same square over here, the top floor and the top floor, green and yellow, over white and yellow, right? I've got this down over here. See, here's the bottom. Well, the top of this is actually over here. See the way it goes from here all the way down to here, here all the way down to here, and then these are stuck in between. Take these two out. Take those out. So now I have to understand where I was. I'd like to back up in the video right now. So give me a time for reflection. I need a little bit of time for reflection. So who am I? I take the greatest of all greats in the world, what's in front of me, the knowledge that I know. But if you know somebody different from anything that I ever spoke about that's equivalent to a mathematical equation, wouldn't you tell me? And you know, and that's all you know, and you share me, I know as much as you. And if I go into it, I'll compare it to all those other guys. And I'll tell you what the difference is from all the greatest people in the world, according to one number, of course. And I make everything perfect. I'll just show you the difference. When there's 1/3 left over, I'll give you the bacon and let you take home the grease. I'm going to mark it down in a number what's left over because the reality of is, okay, is that the reason for 36, okay, is we have 40 for the four corners. We remove the four corners and we go all the way around, leaving a 0 and a double 0. But more or less, what do we really leave? We leave one or two spaces. It's a line like this and a line like this with the bell curve. Adding on that instead of only having two spaces, they move the whole circle in because no longer are we 40 in the Monopoly board. We are now a total of X space with empty space. So we curve it all in and we remove the vines. All these vines will interlap, okay? Every single one of these is the same thickness. It all has to go to an outer ring. So they all go to the outer ring and it stops. And then there's an inner ring. And then whatever is on the inner ring will all go to the inner ring. And then it stops. And then on the center of the inner ring is nothing. The inner ring, okay, is created by the 4 on the outside. The 4 on the outside is held by the 4 on the outside of that, and the 4 on the outside of that, all the way around. We're holding two rings. Everything else is sort of like um, a, an orange or a grapefruit or something of the nature that you know. You already know what I don't say, and that's the answer. What I didn't say. Because I didn't say it. Because either I didn't know or I forgot. So what do you want to do? Send me into the corner? Into my room? So I could hide in the corner? Can you see me in my room? Down in the corner. from one room into the next. We look around, and that's all we want to see is what happens when you begin to think. It's just one piece at a time. All I wanted to know was what was in between the other. What is beside, what is above, what is below. When you look onto the face of numbers, you see 1 down below is 9 in the right hand corner, and above 9 is 6. But when you take a dice cube, the 1 is opposite of 6. That is, the 1 is opposite of 6, meaning the 1 is 45 degrees to the left. An hour and a half day or 3 hours night, day and night. AM, FM, that is right. AM, FM, 45 degrees left, okay, brings you into the night because the day starts at 8:12 a.m., right? If we go to the left, we are automatically in PM. If we go 6 o'clock and we over to the left, it's automatically PM. But if we go over to the right, it's automatically AM. So it's 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. and so forth and 6 p.m. Okay, I'm just trying to see how these things are working, okay? And then I just want to show you the 2 circles, just quickly done. The 2 circles over here. Here's the outside circle. Here's the inside circle. This inside circle is being held here. It's being held here. It's being held here. And it's being held here. This is being held here, being held here, being held here, and being held here. This is the passage in between here. Just started doing that up. So where was I? I'm sorry. So we have to see where the reality is, and I'm showing the basics with the calculator or the telephone, but I didn't want to use the telephone. I just can't find my calculator right now. Boom, it's right in front of my eyes. Calculator, 1 and 6. But on the cube, it's 6 and 1, the opposites. But it's not opposite here. This would be opposite. This would be the opposite of this. If this cube is actually correct, right, and 1 and 6, we'll put number 1 down here, right, being that number. That means on the other side of 1 is 6. Why is the other side of 1 6? Because 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 1, 5, 6. What does it say? What does it mean? What are you looking for? When I find an answer that it shows up, I can tell you I can make something up, but you won't accept it. You just can't accept it because it wasn't your question and your thought. You needed me to make up something inside your own reality. Although you're going to look at it as fictive, it's only going to be real because the chosen choices I'm going to make are going to be from these things over here, things that exist in this world right now, things that exist in this world right now. I will show you compared to all these things. Now we get the math, the science, pharmaceutical bacterias, and bring the numbers together in the truth of all the games that match the same numbers. Then we will balance to which side, and then we will only have half to work with. And since we know what we're looking for already, we'll already have our answer in our hands. So we put that down. Simple little things as bending the cat for a house. We all know there's four sides, but there's two sides, which is the key. The strength is the fold. We have four sides and we have four folds, making eight, making it the strength. They call it a pliable world because we are a pliable world. We are strong and we can bend. You know why we can bend? Because we're made in pieces. We're made in pieces. All these pieces, like suspensions, we suspend together. What's inside of here? I couldn't say anything else but earth. Controlled by here, controlled by here. 1, 6. 1, 6 on the dice. 3 and 6 come together. You see the way 6 over here on the top connects with 2? And then over here, 3 goes through 6 to connect with 9. And where 6 goes through 9 to connect with 8. Where 8 goes through 7 to connect with 4. And 4 goes through to connect with 2. 1 comes over and goes down to 7. 1 to 7 is 6. Where 3 goes down to 9, and that's 6. But 2 does not go over to 8, so there is no 6. So where does one of these go? Where do we get our third 6 from? How would we dictate our third 6 in here? I don't know. I just saw this right now. This is actually the stop sign. These are X's. We have to, McDaniel, we have to put this kaleidoscope mirror. All we need is a simple picture like this. That's it. We can put these over anything using the combination of colors that come from a simple roulette board, and that is the roulette board, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the roulette board numbers in order according to color, not on the top. The symbol on the left where the red and blue is 1359 outlined and red is through is 13579 12 14 16 18 21 19 23 25 27 30 32 34 36. Then we shove that one in the middle. You see the red in the center over there? I think that's 10, 13. 10, 13, let's see, is it, let me see the square over there is, not really sure, I'm just a little mixed up. That would be in the center. Okay, the center over there is 8 and 11. 11 is next to 10, and then is next to 10 because there's two of them. It's 11, 10, 10, 11. And then 10 is 13, 13. I'm going to have to put this down and show you exactly what I mean. I've got to come up there and show this. I've got to come up there and show this. Let me see. Okay. This is first row, second row, third row. third row, second row, first. First, second, third, second, first. 1, 2, 5, 8, 11. 8, 11, 19. 8, 11, 19. This side over here, 8, 11, 19. 8, 11, 19. 8 and 8, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 19, 19. This right over here, 11. This is 10, 10, 11. 11, 10, 21. 11, 10, 21. 20. 10, 13, Mary Jane. 10, 13, Mary Jane. 23, 23. 10, 20, 31, 42. 42, 23, 65, 73, 81. 9 times 9, 81. Venus, this is the black. It happens here. When I'm not sure if you can see the next one over here. When these two come to these two, here is my arrow. Here is the above influx, and here is the below, here is the passage, here is the passage. So I'm trying to design other kinds of images that come from this. So if we crisscross this, this is 8, and this is 13, is 21, 21 blackjack. 8, if we went like this over here, okay, this would end up to say 13, and the 10 is 23, and 11 is 33. This would be 34, and this would be 34, locking of the bull horns. 34, 42, 42, 84, Pluto, Earth, Raphael. 72, 86, a constellation of Pegasus. Were you able to keep up with that? Thank you for watching. I do want to add on to those rings that are held. It's not just one ring inside the other ring, but it's one ring inside the other ring at a lower level, and another level, and another level, as it becomes a tube. As it becomes a tube to a lower level, the center ring is now held all the way around by a planetary system I call the spider web. This will now, the upper ring, okay, now the lower one will be the same thing as the upper one. There's two that come together, they join in the center to another ring. A bigger ring that goes around the two small rings that separate the two sides. That is the vision I have within. That is the way the art works. That is the way they do make the design, and it turns into an hourglass. You can tilt the oceans. You can control the element, the salts. Raphael, adding on this. Thank you for watching.